If you make your stew this way, you will always have great results. Now, let's go through step-by-step process of making a very delicious stew. First of all, you need these ingredients here. I use lots of onions for my stew. Here I have bell peppers, I have fresh tomato, and I have scotch bonnet pepper. First of all, go ahead and deseed your red bell peppers, otherwise called tatashi. You don't want the bitter taste the seed gives, so you need to go ahead and deseed all that. Right here, I've finished the seeding, and I'm going through the process of blending. Now, if you check well, the portion of tatashi that I use is double the size of fresh tomato I use, right? Okay, and then the portion of onion I use is 3/4 the quantity of fresh tomato. And then the portion of the scotch bonnet pepper depends on how you tolerate the hotness in your food. So just get those right. I'm going to drop a well-detailed description of all this in the description box, so don't fail to check it out. Yes, and then I'm going ahead to cut the onion to blendable sizes, right? I'll finish all that, and then I'll go ahead and blend everything together, and then I'm going to repeat the process. I blended it like 3 times, yes, and then pour everything into the pot and cook. What I made from this stew was about 7 liters of stew. That's bulk cooking, right? So if you have a large family and you don't want to cook every day, you can have up to that amount, and then you serve it in your fridge and save yourself the stress of cooking stew every day. All right. Okay, so right here I finished blending, and I'm cooking it for all the water to completely dry. At this point, the water is almost dry, so I turned off the heat, and then I have here 2.5 liters of the pepper mix. Yes, and then while that was cooking, you don't need to wait till that finishes cooking, that is done. While that was cooking, I went ahead to prepare to season the meat, and adding salt and seasoning cubes and onion, Cameroon pepper, and curry. Just those 4 things is what I added here, and then I mix it all together, and then I brought it to a boil. Yes, and then I'll go ahead and do the same thing to this fish that is already cleaned and washed. Yes, I'm adding salt and adding seasoning cubes. I'm adding Cameroon pepper. I'm adding onion. I'm adding curry powder. Yeah, okay, so I'm then added a little water, and then I brought it to a boil, and then I went ahead to fry this. Now, see, Gino tomato, you guys need to, you need to pay me for this. I'm advertising your product. So yes, I like using Gino. I like the taste it gives to my stew. Yes, I'll go ahead and then heat up some oil and then fry this tomato paste. I'm going to do this for about 20 minutes to make sure the sour taste is completely gone. Now, if you want to reduce your cooking time, you can actually fry these things down. I added some salt here, and then I added water intermittently. Yeah, I kept frying so it doesn't burn. So I was saying you can actually fry this to can fry it down and put it in your fridge. So whenever you want to cook jollof rice or make stew, you don't need to spend so much time in the kitchen. Yeah. All right. So I kept adding water to fry. I'm going to cook it. See, at that point, the sour taste is gone. So I added a little more vegetable oil, and then I fried this onion in there till it was a bit tender. And then the next thing I'll be adding is the 2.5 liters of the pepper mix. Remember the fresh tomato, the tatashi, the onion, and the scotch bonnet pepper. So I'm adding that to the already fried tin tomato and onion. So I'm frying that all together till it is a bit dried. And then I'm coming in with the beef that I seasoned earlier and cooked, remember? Yes. And then I'm also putting the fish with the stock. If you don't want fish, you can just use the stock, right? And still have that great taste it gives to rice. it's unbeatable. The only reason you can skip this mackerel leaf is if you don't like mackerel, right? And then I'm adding some meat stock, and then I kept on to stir. And then I'm not adding any seasoning here. You actually don't need lots of salt and seasoning cubes in your stew. Let me tell you that you don't also need too much spices. So I fried that and then I covered it to cook. I came to check here, and now this stew is ready, guys. This stew is almost ready. So I was trying to tell you that you don't need all those seasonings in yours to have a great stew. Yes, so it's a lie to say that you need too much seasoning. Now this stew is ready, so just pack it in a bowl and then preserve it in your refrigerator and enjoy with any food of your choice, whether rice or yam, whatever. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. See you in my next video. Bye.